What's really good, Helldivers? I'm going to be addressing Bile Titans on this one. They are a menace to everyone on the battlefield, man or bug. So I'm going to test some support weapons and stratagems and a combination of both to deal with this bug menace. The arc thrower is amazing for dealing damage to a group of bugs or chargers with 6 shots to the head, but it does absolutely nothing to Bile Titans. I think I got a desperate kill one time, but he was most definitely already weak. The railgun is very good for dealing with chargers and brood commanders, hive guardians, and even shrieker nests. It's also very dangerous to use against heavily armored targets, because it needs to be fired in unsafe mode, and each charge needs to go over about 90% in order for the charge to even pierce heavy armor. It took 16 shots to the head to kill our full health Bile Titan test dummy. The autocannon has the ability of popping his belly weak spot, but it doesn't do anything as far as stunning him for a short time. If you crack his armor with maybe a rail cannon strike, then you can definitely do some damage or finish him out with the autocannon. The recoilless rifle has the ability to two-shot Bile Titans. The main drawback is a very long reload animation that's difficult to get off when being chased. I learned that you can cancel the reload animation halfway through. When he pulls the shell out, you can dive and run, then restart the animation when he's putting a new shell in before locking it. You can even move after he puts the shell in and before he locks the canister. The spear is very good at dealing with Bile Titans in a hurry. If you have the right distance and the angle is right, it one-taps their heads perfectly. If your angle is wrong, however, and it hits their back or leg, it is not a one-shot, but still cracks their armor open, leaving them very messed up. The reload is static, but isn't that long, but is difficult when being pressured by a Bile Titan. You can't use it at very long distances, and you have to be relatively close to them, which makes it very hard to use against chargers, and very dangerous to use against Bile Titans. The anti-tank isn't the most promising against the big bile bags. Maybe if you're more accurate with your rockets, you can get a 2-shot kill, but I was able to snag a 3-rocket kill on a test dummy. Since we've covered the top contenders of support weapons, let's move on to stratagems and using a combination of both. The Eagle Strike stratagem can be used pretty effectively against most armored targets, but because of their sheer size, Bile Titans become a difficult target for bombing runs. You can get lucky, however, and have multiple bombs hit it to do some pretty nasty damage, or line them up in a pretty tight spot to ensure total target coverage. The 110mm rocket pods are also very useful against Bile Titans because it can weaken the armor on their backs or even break the armor if you have the right angle. I've even had rocket pods hit the face to get an easy kill. It's completely random what the angle of these could be, so I wouldn't bank on it killing it. It is, however, very good at harassing Titans because you have multiple uses before you have to rearm them. Combining the 110mm rocket pods with the Quasar laser makes for a very easy kill.
Oh, I dropped it.
Getting a drop pod kill is tricky. It's best for it to be weak, or if you can hit it directly in the head. But even hitting it directly in the head doesn't ensure an insta-kill. Or you can break the armor on its back, making for a much easier kill. Be careful though, because you will be underneath a Bile Titan when you come out of your Hell Pod. So, dead or not, this can be a bad situation. Now let's talk about ways of killing Bile Titans coming straight at you. The rail cannon strike is one of the most reliable stratagems for dealing with chargers or Bile Titans, and if the angle is right, the rail cannon can even pop them in the head for a one-shot. It is for sure going to crack the armor on its back, making it much easier to kill with grenades or support weapons. And my favorite way of dropping a Titan is a rail cannon strike plus your favorite explosive device. Grenade launcher, anti-tank, recoilless rifle, but I have a lot of fun with frag grenades and impact grenades. frag grenades for cooking them and having them explode in the air next to the weak spot, causing a lot of damage, or impact grenades just going straight to the weak spot and killing it outright. If you find a point of interest and it's a charger's dead body, there's a pretty good chance that it's an undetonated hell bomb. This is a free Bile Titan kill. The radius is very big for killing other bugs, and you can survive pretty close to one when it goes off. You just have to make sure you're prone. And last but certainly not least is one of the easiest ways to kill a Bile Titan, and that's to make it stand right over top of a 500 kilogram bomb as it drops. The explosion radius on it is very misleading after a recent nerf to the 500 kilogram bombs. The spot is pretty precise to kill it, but of course if you upgrade the ship, then you'll have two 500 kilogram bombs.